Have you ever posted something bold or spoken your truth and instantly felt backlash? The hate comments start rolling in, or the sudden doubt pops up, or people start projecting on you, or questioning your gifts, or picking apart your message like they know better. This is not random at all. It is not failure, and it's definitely not a sign for you to stop. Okay? This is your initiation. Because right before your next level, the test shows up. And it often comes through other people's unhealed shadows. Now, before we get into it today, if you're new here, welcome. I am Jen Scott, a quantum alchemy mentor and soul aligned business strategist, and I help spiritual entrepreneurs clear deep subconscious block to reclaim their energetic sovereignty and build soul aligned businesses without all of the burnout and the cookie cutter strategies. Okay. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about what's actually happening when it feels like everything hits right before your breakthrough. Okay. So every time you hit or are about to hit a new edge, spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever that is, you enter what I call the quantum threshold. And this is a chaotic space between timelines. You're not who you used to be, but not quite anchored in who you're becoming. And just before you lock into your next level, the system pushes back. Okay? It shows up as emotional chaos, judgment from other people you thought were maybe awake and aware, right? Triggers resurfacing, confusion, exhaustion, money suddenly dries up, or trolls crawling out of the woodwork to tell you that you're too much. Okay? And you can start to spiral and you can start to question everything. But what's actually happening is this. Your field is upgrading, and as your frequency rises, anything that doesn't match will try and pull you back down before it falls away. All right, so the matrix doesn't just crash your systems, right? It works through people's unhealed aspects, the shadows they have it integrated. So when someone isn't energetically sovereign, when they're still ruled by fear or control or even the spiritual ego, they don't even realize they've become messengers of resistance. So that comment you got, that DM dripping in fake concern, the shade, disguised as feedback, it wasn't about your message. It wasn't about you. Okay. It was the energetic shift that you embodied the moment you said, screw it. I'm going to go live. I'm going to make a messy, bold, real life action, put myself out there. They weren't reacting to your words. They were reacting to your frequency. And because your expansion triggered the shadow, they refused to face. And if you internalize that projection, you can collapse that timeline jump. Okay. So you're either running your energy or you're being run by something else. And most people aren't sovereign enough to know the difference. Okay, so let me give you a real life version of this. So this was a while back, a few years ago, I got a download, clairaudient. That's one of my strongest gifts. My higher self likes to talk to me through 80s music. So I kept getting on repeat the song Just for Success by Roxette. So some of you might know this, and others, if you're younger, won't. I'm showing my age. And my higher self always speaks to me through music, okay? So I decided I was going to post a reel about it, like unfiltered, just real. This is the message, right? Clear to me. I was like, hey, it's time for me to rise and get out of my comfort zone and quit playing small and, be more visible and stop hiding. And immediately somebody came for me. It was a local woman and her husband who claimed to be awake and aware and all the spiritual, talk that people have, but don't actually embody. They told me I was being misled, that it wasn't my higher self. It was my shadow speaking to me through music, that I wasn't healed enough to be teaching what I teach. Right? And that's spiritual gaslighting. It's basically a defense mechanism for their unintegrated shadow, triggered by someone walking in their power. Okay? But I didn't collapse because I knew my truth. I was strong within myself already at that point. And that month was one of my biggest financial months ever. I even had dreams that month. I was at a taco stand because obviously I freaking love tacos. And everything on the menu was 888. $8.88. Like literal abundance codes and confirmation from my higher self, the universe. And it happened, right? And actually, it's so funny because just last week it happened again. I got a new download. This time it was Madonna, Material Girl, totally random. And, my higher self was back loud and clear. Like, this was so obvious. So I posted a short on YouTube because y'all know I'm newer to YouTube. I was on Instagram and I ditched that because it was not in alignment for me. And I said, I'm going to do a short because I do a lot of long videos. It was live, it was messy, it was intuitive, and bam, someone commented that I was long-winded and full of hot air, or something like that. But this time I noticed like I didn't flinch at all because I saw the pattern. The matrix sends messengers, right? And if you don't see it for what it is, you can fold. But this isn't the moment for you to collapse when that comes up. This is the moment for you to lock in. Because the truth is, your body doesn't feel safe. If your body doesn't feel safe, your expansion won't hold. Okay? So when the backlash comes, get off social media, clear your field, say it out loud. Like, this does not collapse me. This is calibration. Stop searching for signs. It's not working. You are the sign. Okay? So move like the version of you who already received it. And seriously, stop reading comments from people who don't even do their own shadow work. Okay? It shows. Otherwise, they would just move on or privately message you. And even then, I have people that have privately messaged me to whatever, tell me their opinions about things. Like, it doesn't matter. These are my truths. And if you don't resonate with that, move the fuck on. Now, this is a sacred test, right? Collapse and repeat, or regulate and rise. So you're not broken when this happens. You're not wrong. You're not being punished. You're being activated. Okay? This is your fire walk, right? And the projections and the chaos and the noise, that's your initiation. Okay, the matrix doesn't want your energy. They want to keep you playing small, right? The dark. Your gifts quiet. Your soul silenced. But your soul, she's done asking for permission. So this is your moment. Keep walking. You're not spiraling. You're spiraling up, right? You're being crowned to your next level.